You want to flirt better, so you stop getting ignored or parked in the friend zone and start creating that spark on purpose. I'm going to walk you through exactly how to do that, what most men get wrong, why it kills attraction, and the simple timing and tools that flip the script for you, no matter your age, looks, height, or income. By the end, you'll know how to build attraction, create that electric vibe, and steer the interaction where you actually want it to go. I'm Dr. Victoria Adams, urologist and men's health expert. I work at the intersection of physiology and psychology, so my job is helping men feel good in their bodies and communicate in ways that actually work with human wiring. No cheesy lines, no games, just clear, ethical strategies you can use tonight. The biggest flirting problem isn't bad lines, it's bad timing. Most men wait far too long to add even a hint of playfulness. They spend the first 10, 20, sometimes 60 minutes in polite, platonic conversation. And when they realize the vibe is flat, they try to bolt a romantic compliment on at the end. To a woman's nervous system, that feels like changing a movie from documentary to romance halfway through. It's jarring, and it reads as hesitation. Here's a real example. A client of mine, James, matched with a woman named Emma. They messaged easily and met for a drink. He opened with safe topics: her work as a teacher, hobbies, where she grew up, favorite films. She mirrored it. An hour in, everything was pleasant but heatless. James finally thought, I should flirt, and awkwardly complimented her eyes. She smiled, said thanks, and the moment went nowhere. Friendly hug, polite goodbye, silence afterward. Two simple reasons this happens. First, the frame sets fast. The first few minutes of an interaction create the genre. If the opening is purely informational and polite, you've set a platonic frame. Shifting later is hard because it feels incongruent. Second, waiting telegraphs fear. When a man only flirts at the very end, many women read it as he was too nervous or too intimidated to lead sooner. Even if she had initial interest, hesitation drains it. So here's the fix I want you to practice until it's automatic: the 2-minute rule. Within the first 2 minutes of talking to a woman you're attracted to, introduce a small dose of playful, low-stakes flirtation. If you truly need a little runway, fine. Give yourself up to 5 minutes for basic niceties. But by minute 5, you must add a flirty beat. This early signal sets the frame to man to woman, not polite strangers. After that, you simply keep the frame alive with light maintenance and kill the myth of the perfect moment while you're at it. There isn't one. If she agreed to talk or meet, that is your green light. You create the moment by adding one playful beat sooner than feels safe. Flirting always involves a tiny leap of faith. You don't need 10 different tricks. Pick 2 or 3 of the tools below and mix them. That's enough to change your results fast. First, let's look at how playful assumption can work. This tool is a light, joking guess based on something you notice about her. You're not trying to be right. You're showing you can play. The formula is simple. Notice a detail, make a harmless exaggeration, deliver it with a smile so it lands as a tease, not a judgment. Here's the step-by-step. You notice she's reading a novel. You say, let me guess, you were the teacher's pet who always had 3 extra credit projects ready. You notice a wholesome girl-next-door vibe. You say, you seem dangerously wholesome. I bet you never break rules. You learn she works in finance. You say, ah, so you hand out stock tips at parties, don't you? Use easy starters like, you strike me as the type who, or let me guess, or I bet you're the kind of person who. Why this works. She'll either play along or correct you, and either response creates banter. The moment shifts from polite to flirty without feeling forced. Second, let's look at absurd answers. This is a quick pattern breaker you can use in the first minute or two to stop the conversation from becoming a dull interview. Take one basic question and answer it with something ridiculous. Then switch back to normal. Examples you can use right away. Where are you from? Heaven. What do you do? Astronaut. Just got back from the moon. How old are you? 700 months. You only do this once or twice. It's a spark, not a routine. Why it works. It interrupts the beige small talk, shows you're relaxed, and invites her to play along. Third, let's break down teasing the response. Teasing says, I'm comfortable here, I can play a little. The rule is to tease small, changeable things, preferences and habits, not identity, values, or sore spots. And you always keep the tone light. Practical examples. She says she's a morning person. You grin. Terrifying. Next, you'll say you enjoy doing taxes. She's team cat. You smirk. I was just starting to think you were cool. This complicates things. She admits she can't cook. You tease. So declining your dinner invite is self-preservation. Why this works. A gentle poke adds spark without meanness. It invites playful back and forth and proves you're not intimidated. Finally, let's look at the mild challenge. A mild challenge is a tiny, friendly test that creates good tension. It signals, I won't agree with everything just to win points, which reads as confident. Here's how to deliver it. She claims a skill. I make amazing pasta. You reply, bold claim, I'm going to need proof. She insists she never gets scared in horror movies. You say, not buying it. You look like the hide behind the pillow type. She says she's a better dancer than you. You smile. Adorable. We'll see. Why this works. It keeps the energy lively and positions you as engaged and self-assured, not overeager. A few delivery tips to make all 4 tools land. Keep lines short. Make steady eye contact. Use a relaxed smile so she hears play, not pressure. If she doesn't bite, no problem. Shift back to neutral and try a different tool later. If she does play back, great. Build on that moment with another small beat, not a grand gesture. Put it all together like this. Within the first 2 minutes, drop one playful assumption or one absurd answer to set a flirty tone. As the chat flows, add a gentle tease about a small preference. Then layer in a mild challenge when she makes a claim. You've now mixed 2 or 3 tools within 10 minutes, and the frame has shifted from polite to flirty without feeling awkward or forced. Now let's look at how physical flirting works with touch and release. This is not grabbing, it's rhythm. A tiny bit of closeness followed by space. A light touch followed by a clean release. You time it to natural beats in the moment so it feels effortless. Here's how to do it in real life. You make a point and lightly touch her forearm, then let go. You're both looking at her phone. Lean in so your shoulders brush, then lean back to where you were. She says something impressive. Offer a high five and let your hand linger just a beat longer than usual. Then drop it. You're moving through a crowd. Guide briefly at the small of her back. Then remove your hand as soon as you're through. Watch comfort signals. If she stiffens or goes quiet, back off and rebuild rapport before trying again later. Use the one step forward, one step back mindset. Alternating contact and space is what builds heat. Constant contact kills it. Now let's break down thoughtful, specific compliments. Compliments land when they show you notice more than looks and you keep the flow moving. Here's what that sounds like. After a great story. I love how animated you get when you tell a story. It pulls me in. After she smoothly fixes a hiccup at the table. You're quietly competent. I like that. Instead of pretty eyes, try your eyes light up when you smile. It's distracting. 2 rules make compliments work for you. Say it, then keep the conversation moving. Don't park on it. 1 or 2 per interaction is plenty. Too many lose value. Now let's turn this into a simple flow you can actually use. The first minute or 2. Names, what brought you here? A light opener. By minute 3, add 1 playful beat. That could be an absurd answer, a playful assumption, a tiny tease, a mild challenge, a brief touch and release moment, or a thoughtful compliment. Over the next 10 to 15 minutes, sprinkle 1 or 2 more flirty beats. Do not be one-dimensional. The guy who only teases or only compliments gets predictable. Mix 2 or 3 techniques so the vibe stays dynamic. Presence sells better than any line, so manage your state. Breathe through your nose, drop your shoulders, slow your speech just a touch. Hold eye contact long enough to register without staring. If you feel yourself rambling, ask a short question and listen. Curiosity is more attractive than performance. If you push too far, smile and own it. I'm messing with you. Then pivot. If the vibe dips, return to neutral for a minute and reintroduce a different playful beat. Think of it as steering, not powering through. If she isn't responding, ease off the flirt, rebuild a little rapport, and try a lighter tool later. If you forget everything in the moment, remember 2 anchors, the 2-minute rule and 1 playful assumption. Those alone protect you from the friend zone. Here's how the same approach plays in different contexts. Texting for a first opener. 2 lines and 1 playful beat is enough. You look like someone who alphabetizes her spices. Tell me I'm wrong. If she plays back, great. First meets. The 2-minute rule matters most. Use 1 playful assumption, one tease or mild challenge, and one touch and release moment. Fourth dates. Keep a rhythm across the evening. Flirt lightly in the first 5 minutes. Switch to real talk and reintroduce play anytime the vibe gets overly sensible. A few examples you can carry tonight. Playful assumption. Let me guess, you're the person who rewrites restaurant reviews in your head. Absurd answer to, what do you do? Retired pirate, benefits were great. Tease for pineapple on pizza. Dangerous taste, we may need ground rules. Mild challenge. You never get scared? I call bluff. Touch and release. A quick forearm touch on exactly, then let go. Thoughtful compliment. You're good at making people comfortable. That's rare and I noticed. Common pitfalls and fixes. If you forget everything, fall back on the 2-minute rule and one playful assumption. If you feel needy, reset your body. Quick walk before you meet. Sip water. Set the intention that you're here to be curious, not to impress. If she's quieter than you expected, ask a fun either or. Then reward her answer with a tease or mild challenge. Beach at sunrise or city at midnight. Of course you're a midnight person, I can tell. Practice plan so this becomes natural. Week 1. Practice the 2-minute rule and one playful assumption with everyone, not just dates. You're training timing, not romance. Week 2. Add one teasing response or mild challenge. Week 3. Add one thoughtful compliment. Week 4. Add touch and release moments in natural beats. Keep a tiny note in your phone with a handful of lines you like and rotate them until they feel like your voice. Boundaries and consent are non-negotiable. If she leans out, pauses, or goes quiet, ease off. If she mirrors play, smiles, and leans in, those are green lights. Physical flirting is opt-in. Monitor and adjust. Respect is attractive. Finally, your physiology supports all of this. Sleep well, get daylight and a short walk daily, and strength train a couple of times a week. Those basics lower baseline anxiety, improve circulation, and make your presence feel grounded, which makes your flirting read as ease, not effort. So, start the frame early, use 2 or 3 playful tools, breathe, and let curiosity do the heavy lifting. You don't need to be the funniest or the best-looking man in the room. You just need to set the tone within 2 minutes and keep it light, steady, and respectful. Practice that and you'll feel the difference fast. If you want a simple, natural nudge for circulation and performance, 2 options men ask me about often are organic watermelon extract, which is rich in L-citrulline to support nitric oxide and healthy blood flow, and an advanced performance formula that combines ashwagandha, tongkat ali, fenugreek, nettle root, and citrulline to support erections, stamina, testosterone, and prostate health. Links are in the comments and the video description. I'm Dr. Victoria Adams. Stay curious, stay confident, and I'll see you in the next one.